Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Holistic Apothecary. I'm Phyllis Bucci,
And I'm Kim Henderson.
and we're really glad to see you. If you're here with us this morning, bear with us. It's our first time going live.
We're very excited.
Very excited about sharing with you some of the tools that we've used in just getting through life's little mishaps, all kinds of different life's drama that you get dealt every single day, how we have really begun to handle it by using affirmations, manifestation techniques, and it's been about 8 or 9 months, and we've got some really, truly wonderful results in spite of what's going on
Yeah.
outside of us.
Yeah.
So that's what we're really here to share with you today is learning how to change your perception from the negative that you may be seeing into the positive that you can manifest from it. I'm going to give you a quick little situation. The other day, I was in a store, and one of the gentlemen that worked there was helping me look at some speakers, and he was telling me about how, there's some people there where he works that really get on his nerves, and he thinks about it the whole time he's driving home and this and that. And I said, well, instead of thinking about how you don't agree with how they act or how they perform at work, why don't you turn it around and kind of think like, how can I help them, not necessarily to change them, by changing my perception about how I'm looking at them. And instead of looking at them like, oh, they're not doing this right, they're not doing that like I would, why don't you try to see how they're doing it from their perspective, and then maybe have a conversation like that, and now you've already changed your perspective from being angry with them to maybe you could help them out. And really, truly, that's what it's all about, is learning how to help people, not be so judgmental, not being so angry. Look, we could tell you stories. I'm sure you could tell me a million stories about your life this year, okay? I've had a lot of deals to roll with. I've had to let a lot of things go. I've had to really look at the things outside of me that I'm not creating, that I have a choice to respond or react to, and I'm not. And you know what? Things are going my way. So I'm real up about how I've changed my perception. I've gotten rid of a lot of anger. I really look to help people. I really look to live my truth and hope that I can, by example, show people how this really does work. Not in a movie, not in a book, but in real life.
Yeah, and on the same token, there's so much in the news today, there's so much on your social media today that'll just make you angry, whether it's the elections or just regular news. It's just frightening. So really, as a practice for the last year, I have not watched the news at all on TV. I've turned all that stuff off. I don't even really like to watch violent movies, but that's its own thing. But even on social media, where people want to consistently just fight about politics and shove their point of view down your throat, you have control of that. You can set your settings, or you can unfollow. You don't have to unfriend, but you can unfollow those people and follow the ones who feel the same way, who think the same way as you do, and put better news in front of yourself. You're always going to find out what the weather is. You're always going to find out what the traffic's doing. And God
Absolutely.
forbid if there is a catastrophe ever, you're going to find out about it. So
Do you really need to be eating dinner? You're having your chickpea pasta, and somebody got blown away somewhere, and the pictures are on TV. You don't need all that.
Yeah.
Dr. Andrew Weil, at least 15 to 20 years ago, said, stop watching the news and stop reading the newspaper, because it's media.
Yeah.
They're owned by companies that want to control what's going on up here, and now we're going to teach you how to take control back
Yes.
of your own mind, of your own body, of your own life, the way we have. And meditation is a good way, yoga is a good way. I know what your best thing you love to do is.
I do hypnosis. I do self-hypnosis. I do another technique called EFT, which is tapping on your meridian points. I do a lot of different things.
Yeah, taking walks.
Taking walks. I run.
She's a runner.
Yeah. So really, it's getting a hold of your minds, your feelings, and changing your perspective.
Absolutely.
So that you can really get on the path of what you want for yourself in life. Stop thinking about what you don't want, because you're going to keep bringing that in whether or not you
Exactly.
realize it.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly. And if you've got two energies that are really forceful against each other, who's going to win? Nobody's going to win.
Yeah.
Somebody has to take a step back, look at the situation, and really decide what's really getting you angry. How many times have you had an argument with somebody? They just walked in the door, you have an argument with them. Why'd you have to close the door like that? Now you know that's not really what's on your mind, the way they close the door. You've been stewing all day about something else, and for some reason inside of you, you don't feel confident enough that your opinion matters. And I can understand that because we all have a little bit of that. Growing up, I'll give you a perfect scenario. You're about 5 or 6 years old and your mother goes, "Come on, we're going to go visit Aunt Stella." And you go, "But I don't want to go visit Aunt Stella." She goes, "Yes, you do." And you go, "No, I don't feel like doing that." And you really feel like you don't want to do that. And your mom goes, "Yes, you do, yank." And the next thing you know, you're at Aunt Stella's. You know you don't want to be there. But all the meanwhile, your subconscious is setting and planting these seeds that your opinion doesn't matter.
Yep.
And I'm sure we all have family, friends, siblings, aunts, uncles, that have all planted seeds in us that we allowed to grow in this garden of ours.
Yep.
And the sooner we start to realize which of our thoughts are ours and which of our thoughts aren't ours, and how we really truly feel about things, that's when our life starts to turn around. That's when we start, so to speak, peeling off the layers of the onion and becoming who we are and evolving into who we are and really enjoying life no matter what life deals to you. And I'm not saying it's easy to get over loss. I'm not saying it's easy to get over any kind of a loss or a traumatic time or loss of a job, but at some level we have to understand that this is all part of life. They're all life lessons, and we want to teach you how to kind of look at them differently and be able to move through these things, because there ain't no moving around them. There's no getting around the lessons that we've chosen in our life now in order to move forward and evolve and get to a place of peace and joy and compassion and love, non-judgment. Come on, we all judge. We look at somebody, they're like, "Where'd they get those pants? Look at the way they're eating." I mean, come on, we all do it. But the more we do it and the more we learn to stop it, because we can go, how could I help them? Or maybe just kind of throwing the intention out, sending them some white light to heal whatever's making them overeat, or heal whatever's making them so angry. I mean, road rage, it's crazy, the way people act today. Everybody wants to control everything. You know what? Can't control anything, anybody, but you. This is it. And when you change this and your vibration changes, then the energies around you have no choice but to come to you, because when you raise your vibration to high, anything lower is going to only either meet it or be gone. And it's the easiest way to weed out what doesn't work for you anymore. Raise your vibration. Don't worry about what other people are thinking or doing.
And some of it's just understanding a lot of what you were saying is the preconditioning that we've been raised with.
Absolutely.
The gossiping, that's where that judgment comes from. You heard your parents do it. It's stuff that was bred into you, and it's by no fault of anyone. But today, it's a good idea to recognize what that is, recognize what that does to you, the person you're talking about, and also the world, because that just keeps putting negative energy out. And then the same thing when you were saying about when you didn't want to go to Aunt Stella's and your mom said you do want to go. All of a sudden that becomes a worthiness issue, that you were not worthy of how you felt.
Right.
And so that's where you started shutting all of that down.
And that's what affects your self-esteem when you get older. And that's why you don't feel like you're worthy of this or you don't deserve that. Let me tell you, I'm here to tell you, today, you deserve everything. Everything.
Yeah.
You deserve everything that you want that's for the highest good of you. And you know what? Once you understand that and you start letting go of the heavy weight of everything that you've allowed yourself to pile on you, freedom, baby. Let me tell you, freedom from a lot of heavy energy that, guilt, shame, anger, feeling not worthy. I'm telling you, when you let go of all of that weight, how your life just opens up and things just start happening for you. And don't think for a minute that all of this emotion doesn't have a huge impact on your health. Feeling tired, you can't sleep, the stress with your adrenal glands, you're not sleeping all night. Then you go to the doctor, he tells you have fibromyalgia. It's not really fibromyalgia, you're not getting to the 4th level of sleep. You get on a medication, the pain's not working, then you're depressed, you get another pill, then you're getting sicker and sicker and sicker, taking more pills for the pills that you're taking. Oh my God, you're taking so many pills, I can't even count. Sorry, got a little carried away there. But here's the thing. All right, I'll give you a perfect example. Anybody out there having a little bit of problem being regular every day? Yeah. Constipation here is constipation here. You don't want to let go of that stuff up here. Your body goes, well, if you're not letting go of that crap, we're not letting go of this either. And I don't mean to talk like that, and I'm not going to, talk any worse than that, but I mean, still, you gotta, call a spade here.
It is the cold hard facts.
And you know what? I love the saying, being angry at somebody is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Stop drinking the poison, because you know what? Nobody else cares if you're angry. Nobody else cares if you're hurt. You need to turn that around and look at life like, you know what? Everything they're dealing me is making me stronger.
Yeah.
And we're all warriors in this game called life, and we all have the ability to think past what we see in the physical world and change up here. It takes a minute. Now, we're going to give you 2 of our little hints of how we do this.
Yeah.
One of the things is I see a big red stop sign. The minute I even feel something a little lesser than what I know to be true to me, I do a big red stop sign. And you know what? It's worked like a charm. Sometimes it takes a little longer to see that stop sign than others, but I see it and I don't feel it anymore. And you know what? Not feeling that has brought me to a whole new place in my life with everything that life has dealt to us.
Yeah.
You want to give us one of your little hints?
Well, we did talk a little bit about this last week. There's things like turning off the news, things I've really been working on getting a hold of my mind, because one of the ways I'll just say all is well and do it until I feel calm. And if I'm elevated, just like, oh my God, all is well, and then bring it back down to, I am really well, and get a hold of yourself. That's one of the things. I've also been working a lot with manifestation or affirmations. And, when you have the news piping in your house, if you have the habit of getting up every morning, putting on the news for the hour that it takes you to have your breakfast, get your shower and everything, that's all piping into your mind whether or not you're listening to it. So I've started to counter that by turning off the news. And instead, I'll just play affirmations in the background. I can do it from YouTube. I screenshot it through my TV, and I'll just let that play all morning while I'm drinking my coffee and getting my stuff ready. Working on putting the stuff into my mind that I actually want to have, not who got murdered, whatever happened in the world has no relevance to me in my little sphere. What has relevance is what it is that I want to accomplish. What I want my day. How do I set my intention for the day?
Exactly. And with that being said, I think we're going to start to draw this to a close, but I want to tell you something. Please send us in questions, because we want to be able to answer and help you personally with what might be going on. And we won't, pull your stuff out and say who you are, and we won't make it like real detailed so anybody's going to know anything. But we want to answer your questions and help you with your situations. And we're really opening up to questions and answers about anything that we're knowledgeable about that we can help you with. And I would like you to leave you with this, just for the next week, a little thought. that you can practice and really see how it works for you. And that is, with everything that happens in your day, today and every day, you can say this to yourself, because this is what I've been doing, and I'm telling you, it's worked like a charm. At any moment, I can choose peace, or I can choose chaos. And I choose peace. And it's that quickly that everything in your energetic body changes, brings you into center. I don't care what's going on in your life. Today, choose peace, and every day, choose peace. So our email address to get in touch with us and to write us in your questions or your comments, because we're looking for them too, is drbucci@holisticapothecary.net. And you can address your questions to Kim or myself, and it can be about anything you want to ask us, anything, we can say on air, and we really look forward and hope to see you next week. So,
You can also inbox on Holistic Apothecary.
oh, yeah,
You can inbox me, Kim Henderson, on my own page. You can inbox Phyllis on her own page too, right?
right. Anybody with any testimonies about anything, send them in, because we love to read them and we love to share.
Yep.
Have a very blessed day. We love you.
Namaste.